Good morning, friends. How are we all doing today? I'm going to bring you a story today, and I'm going to be the model. We've done this before in our class, and it's really fun. So here's the story, Stephanie's ponytail. So one day, Stephanie got up to go to school, and she said, Mommy, I don't want a ponytail coming right out the back. I want a ponytail coming right out the top. So Stephanie's mommy put a ponytail coming right out the top of Stephanie's head. And Stephanie went to school, and all the kids looked at her and they said, ugly, ugly, ugly. So ugly. And Stephanie looked at them and said, I don't care. It's my ponytail, and I like it. So Stephanie went home, and the next day she got up and she said to her mommy, Mommy, I don't want a ponytail coming out the back. I don't want a ponytail coming out the top. I want a ponytail coming out the side of my head. Oh, gotta get it all in there. And Stephanie went to school, and all the kids looked at her and they said, ugly, ugly, ugly. So ugly. But Stephanie said, I don't care. It's my hair, and I like it. So the very next day, Stephanie went to school, and she had her ponytail hanging right out the side, and all the girls had ponytails out the side. And Stephanie looked around and she thought, that's strange. So the next day, she got up and she said, Mommy, I do not want a ponytail coming out the side. I do not want a ponytail coming out the back. I want a ponytail coming out the front of my hair. So Stephanie's mommy got her ponytail. Oh, gotta get it all. And she had it all coming right out the front. And when Stephanie got to school, the boys and girls looked at her and they said, ugly, ugly, ugly. And Stephanie looked at them and she said, I don't care. It's my ponytail, and I like it. So the next day, Stephanie went to school with the ponytail hanging out the front of her head, and all the boys and all the girls and even the teachers had ponytails hanging out the front. It was a very confusing day because nobody could see where they were going. And the boys went in the girls' bathroom, and the girls went in the boys' bathroom, and the teachers went in the wrong classrooms. And Stephanie thought, I'll get you. So next day, she said, you guys are all just a bunch of copycats. I don't even care. I'm coming to school with my head shaved tomorrow. So Stephanie went home, and she told her mommy the next morning, Mommy, I just want a ponytail coming right out the back. And when Stephanie got to school, she was amazed because all the girls, all the boys, all the teachers, all the people that went to her school, every last person had no hair. And Stephanie looked at them and said, you're all a bunch of copycats. That's what you get. The end. That's a funny one. I like that one. That's a funny one. So that one was written by Robert Munch. And of course, it's not exactly the same as Munch's, but it's still close enough. So here's the thing. I sent mommies and daddies an email this morning, and I let them know of a few different things that are happening. We still don't know when we're going to come back to school, but that's okay because we can still chat on the video. So we have a few things that we can do. I'm hoping to maybe have a little morning meeting on a special thing called Zoom. I'm going to see mommies and daddies and hopefully get everybody's email address and have a little meeting with all of us. So that will be fun. The other thing that I want to do is when we know more is maybe give mommies and daddies some information about some work you can do at home. So that will be good. And the other thing is that I love when you guys send me notes back. So Hunter sent me a little note back, and Sadie sends me notes every once in a while, and Jack sends me notes, and Jesse and Cleary and Yon Hee. And so if you're watching and you're seeing the YouTube videos, I want you to tell me because I want to know what you're liking and what you're not liking, okay? The other thing is I drove by Jack's house the other day, and Jack and Henry have been busy. They have a beautiful mosaic on their front window. And I think what they did is they took some tape and they put it in all different directions on their window where they could reach. And then they took some paint or maybe even some Crayola markers because they come off windows. And they painted all these crazy lines and all these crazy squares on their window. It looks beautiful. So thank you, Jack and Henry, for doing that, because every time I drive by, when I have to go get my groceries, that's the way I go. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you can think of something creative and you can think of something fun to do and you want to share with your friends, get mommy and daddy to take a picture and send it to me, because then I can share it with everybody. The other thing I did today was I did put everyone's email addresses in the to spot, not in the blind CC for mummies and daddies. And mummies and daddies will know what that means, so that maybe you can talk to one another, because it is hard not to see each other. And it is hard when you're friends with one and you don't know what's going on. So I thought maybe if people wanted to reach out, they could do that as well. So I hope that was okay with everybody. If you don't want anyone reaching out, please let me know and I will blind CC your email from now on. But if you do, that would be great. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, this was another thing that I saw. So some of you live in big apartment buildings and some of you live in houses. And the people who might live in the big apartment buildings have big open asphalt spaces. And what I saw two little girls do was they took a big grid, drew all kinds of lines, and they made an outside snakes and ladders game. So people who live in houses, you could do that on your driveway. People who live in the big apartment buildings, you could do that on the parking lot. And it was a whole thing. They went to 100. Now, you don't have to necessarily go to 100, but they went to 100. And if you want to go to 100, you can, but you could maybe go to 50, or maybe you could do 20. It's totally up to you. And so they put in all the squares, all the numbers, they made all the snakes and all the ladders with sidewalk talk, and then they played outside. And they even made a little square dice. So if you don't have a dice at home, you can excuse me, you can use a box, or you can use a little tiny dice that you might have in a game, a spinner, anything like that. And then you can play a giant game of snakes and ladders with your brothers and your sisters. Okay, so that was a cool game too. So I hope you enjoyed the story today. Get mummies and daddies to read your email. Say, check that email, mommy. Check that email, daddy. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.